Welcome to Dallas Art Fair. I'm Jennifer Klos, and I'm an art advisor. This is the 10-year anniversary of bringing the international art world to Dallas. With over 90 exhibitors under one roof, representing 30 different cities across the globe, it's a must-see destination for both emerging and seasoned collectors. As an art advisor, I educate clients on a wide variety of art, and the Dallas Art Fair is a great opportunity to see art in person. We can ask questions, explore color, material, scale, and subject matter. My goal is to show that the art buying process is fun and doesn't need to be intimidating. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go take a look. So I'm in the Jason Jacques Gallery here at the Dallas Art Fair with director Jason Busch. So Jason, tell us about this really large-scale, wonderful piece.
It's a collaboration between Katsuya Aoki and her partner Shin Katura did the wonderful painted decoration that you see into the various motifs like the skull, which has been placed so that you can see it face on. And that's a motif that Aoki will use quite a bit in her work. We see it also in the cartouche. So not only does it confront you face on, but it looks over you as well. She has an amazing ability to sculpt porcelain. What you see wasn't done in molds. It wasn't done through 3D printing. It was done through an adept knowledge of being able to hand sculpt porcelain. There's no denying the fact that the asymmetry of the Rococo comes forth. So she looked to the past for inspiration. But it is so markedly modern, it's so much a piece of its time.
It's an incredible piece, and for a collecting standpoint, for someone to acquire something like this would be something that would live on for many generations. So we are standing in front of a piece by contemporary artist Sheila Hicks, who happens to be one of my personal favorites. And I'm going to have Danielle give us a little bit of an insight as to the importance of her being a textile artist.
So Sheila Hicks mixes the use of color and the use of textile in her work. So these are really, they talk about color and how color is vibrant and really into the textile. You know, it talks about haptic and optic, and this confrontation is always present in her work. With this panel, you see the formalism and very rigorous form of the thread, but with the vibrance of the color and the shades going all around through the piece.
I just love the detail of the actual fibers up close.
Totally. It's part of the optic and haptic confrontation. And so it's very subtle, but here, for instance, you see red, which is a bit orange, and then a purple red mixed. But you see that only if you get closer to this piece.
She has really become one of the most important artists working in textile.
Absolutely, yes.
Really, for me, embracing digital tools was a giant leap forward. Being able to kind of appropriate different vocabularies coming from like a mouse click to make a decision in a line versus a pencil line, or being able to kind of come up with colors that I wouldn't have necessarily thought of just organically.
And so does your process start on the computer, or do you use a sketch pad?
So for me, it starts when sketching, sometimes a cell phone photo, and I collage these ideas together that I then import into a 3D program and move the objects around and create these sculptural digital objects that I feel very comfortable with manipulating them. And then from there, I kind of create this entire set, or almost I think of like a props or in movies. And once I get comfortable with the concept and the space that and the environment that the viewer can experience, then that's when I start painting from that. And I'm able to then make the decisions on what kind of warmth and cool color values there are, but I already have that kind of architecture and that digital vocabulary built into the space.
See, I think that's what's great to see is with the color palette, with your shapes and dimension and how you create those shadows. And I just love that you've chosen various different colors.
He approaches each painting really singularly. He will just start sketching out a certain area or a certain color, so he really paints these paintings very performatively in a lot of ways. In this particular painting is an interior. This kind of reminds me of a lot of Matisse interiors. You have the central focus of this woman kind of looking out over the city. You know, we're seeing the inside of their environment, but also the outside world, dealing with a lot of existential ideas. This could be the artist himself, or it could be any of us in a way.
You look in and see almost a interior in the collecting side of
Right.
what we'd be looking
Yeah,
at.
that's true. I mean, yeah, it's definitely someone who is interested in art and objects and design.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us a little bit about this piece.
Joe HAVEL, he takes actual curtains and then, you know, arranges them and manipulates them and then casts them into bronze. It's signature work of Joe HAVEL's, can be indoors or outdoors. Like I said, it's bronze and it's a wonderful sculpture.
I think this is a great combination of scale and then subject matter, where you actually can identify the curtains, but then it is made of bronze, which I think is always surprising sometimes to people. Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights, Talley.
Thank you. Jennifer has a great relationship with young collectors and educating them because of her curatorial background. It's an ideal situation from having been at museums where she makes the art very approachable and interesting and puts the collectors really at ease. So it's a fun educational experience and kind of guides them through the entire process of selecting work, learning about artists, and thinking about themselves as collectors or as beginning collectors. And for us, it's a great way to connect and work, you know, just very much as a team, and we really enjoy it.